Hi everybody, so today in today's video I'm going to be addressing something that's probably quite controversial, but anyway, this is a royal journalist point of view of all these major misunderstandings that are going around at the moment about the British royal family. Again, this video is not me forcing anyone to be a royal fan, it's literally just me educating people. Before I start this video, I just want to say a massive thank you to the majority of my amazing audience for just being so amazing, so kind, and so supportive. I really appreciate each and every single one of you, so thank you so much for all your love and support. I appreciate it so much. Anyway, without further ado, let's get straight onto this video. Okay, so one of the major misunderstandings going around at the moment is the royal children are used for PR, which I think is just so stupid. Okay, so for instance, Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis are rarely seen by the public simply because they're very little, and their parents and the royal family in particular want the children to make sure that they have a fine line between public life and private life. So for instance, their public life will be going to events and stuff like that, but then they're also a private life where they're at school and just being regular children. I think this rule is really important with Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis. It means that George, Charlotte and Louis are allowed to have a private life where they're with their friends and they're allowed to flourish and grow in their own time and their own space, but it also means that the public side of it means that they are able to go to public events and be eased slowly into royal life and learn about royal life without it being an overwhelming experience, if you know what I'm saying. Especially because they're with their family and they have that support net around them as well. This leads me nicely onto the next one. A lot of misunderstanding at the moment is around, the British royal family and their, how they fund their children's education. Again, this is another lie that people will spread all the time, and it becomes a misunderstanding at the end of the day. So yes, the British royal family fund their children's education not via just taxes. They don't just use the sovereign's grant for their children's education. Most of that sovereign's grant goes to patronages and stuff like that. The British royal family are landowners. They own land in Wales, Scotland, and all across the world, so they get money from that as well. Technically, they are basically landowners. This money that they get on their own terms, it pays for their children's education, it pays for, their lifestyle and stuff like that. They don't just use the sovereign's grant, literally, to live. That is a lie. This is another lie that is spread by anti-monarchists who think they know better, but they actually don't understand how the monarchy works at all. This is not a political video, but I'm just going to mention really briefly, Parliament, everyone seems to think that they run Parliament. Well, technically they do, but they don't. Okay, so the monarchy plays basically 0.5% in what happens in Parliament. If anything, they just sign papers and say, great, get on with it. So for all these people shouting, not my king, because, they think that, that they are making the law in the country, are completely uneducated because they don't run the country. Keyword, they represent us. So at the end of the day, these anti-monarchists are wasting their time. Because even if you got rid of the monarchy, the government would still be running the country as they are now. So at the end of the day, all these decisions that you see in your daily life are still run by the government. They're not run by the king. The king doesn't run the country. He represents the country, not runs it. Another major misunderstanding about the British royal family is people seem to think that they are so rich and they are so selfish. First of all, the monarchy are not selfish. They spend thousands, if not millions, on charities helping the most vulnerable in society each year. Second of all, the most richest person in the UK is probably most likely the government. They earn millions, if not billions per year. So actually, at the end of the day, the king is not the richest person, the government is. With regards to how much we spend, I've said this before, but we spend about £1.50, £1.60 per year on the monarchy. The majority of the money that goes to the sovereign is like a tiny chunk out of the majority that's given to the government, so therefore the government are richer than the king. Another major misunderstanding is people seem to think that they need to know everything about the British royal family. Another lie. They may be public figures, but they're not public property. Another major misunderstanding about the British monarchy is they seem to think that it's kind of selfish, that the British monarchy are like head, and they automatically get ahead of the armed forces. I've explained this already, but it'd be exactly the same if the government hadn't served. They would still automatically get high titles. The very simple answer to this is because the British monarchy literally are head of the armed forces, and it'd be no different if there was a president, they're head of the armed forces over in America. There's another thing I don't understand about these people in particular. Yes, they are entitled to their opinion, but why do they have to stand at every single royal event, yet they hate the British monarchy? Again, society has a choice. If you don't like the monarchy, you don't have to follow them. You don't have to go and follow them to all their events. But they don't actually run the country, so they're not affecting you if you literally simply just ignored them. Another thing that makes me really mad is when children see this. It's just pathetic. They just look at people and go, what is this? And it also makes them feel like they're hated as well. Why would you want a child to feel hated? I just don't understand these people down with the crown, I just don't understand. What do they think is going to be different if the monarchy just disappeared? Yes, people want an elected head of state, but the fact is, is that these people go around saying not my king or whatever, but the fact is that they have the choice to choose a prime minister who actually does make the rules in this country, and they all rebel against that as well. So that just proves so many people's point. These people would not be happy whoever they chose as head of state or head of office or whatever. These people say they want an elected person of office, but the person that they've chosen as prime minister, they're probably the people in the comments section going down with this prime minister. These people also get off really lightly, because if I went to a football match and said I don't support that team, I've been ambushed. Another point is if I went to go and watch a movie and sat through the entire movie and said I hate this movie, someone would be like, why did you pay money to come and watch it? It's exactly the same thing with the monarchy. Don't like them, don't follow, and don't hate. Just because you hate the monarchy doesn't mean you need to ruin the vibe for everyone else. So to wrap up my points, if you don't like the monarchy, don't follow them. Just don't associate yourself with them. You don't need to go around making hate campaigns, because some people do like them, and you've got to respect people's decision to like them if they do. So yeah, it's just really stupid, and I think that people need to just get a life instead of bullying other people. It's now just completely ridiculous. So yes, that's the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed this insightful and detailed video about the misunderstandings about the British royal family. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are, and we hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye!